Welcome back to my channel. Guys, today I wanted to share something with you that perhaps we sometimes can overlook. That's a little more on the serious side. I wanted to share with you what's in my first aid kit at home. If you don't currently have a first aid kit in your home, please be on the lookout for how I transform a shoebox into a very functional first aid kit. So let's get started, but do your girl a favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload that first aid shoebox video. So let's stay tuned. Okay guys, before I get started with the contents inside of my first aid kit, I wanted to also make sure you guys are prepared in the event there's a small fire in your home. A lot of us like to flee and grab that water and throw it on there. Let's make sure we're able to take care of those things properly. And I hope with all the makeup and all the clothes and shoes that we all buy, I hope we have at least invested in a fire extinguisher. That's right, every home needs to have a fire extinguisher. I think when I bought this one a long time ago, I got it from Staples or Office Depot, but I also keep it right on the inside of my cabinet where my pots are at. The probability of having a fire in the kitchen versus somewhere else in the house might be a little higher. So I like to keep it where that probability is higher in the event there's some kind of cooking fire or something like that. But I just wanted to throw that nugget in. I know this is not first aid, but this will definitely help you if there is an incident in your home. So next I want to share with you the contents that's in my first aid kit. So let's take a look. Okay guys, thanks for tuning in. First, I would like to bring your attention to this beautiful tin first aid box. It has two handles on the side. At the time, I actually got this first aid box from TJ Maxx, and it's just a loosely open lid so you can get right into it. I personally prefer that there is not a type of locking mechanism involved because that just gets in the way of time in the event there's an emergency. And on the top tray of my first aid kit, I'm just giving you a quick glance, but I will show you each thing individually. The first thing you might want to consider is having some BENADRYL inside of your box in the event there's an allergic reaction or something like that. If you also, you may need to have some bare aspirin in the event someone is having chest pain and showing symptoms of a possible heart attack, things like that. If there's a burn or some type of skin issue that's going on, I have this Vaseline all over body balm stick, and it's just Vaseline, and that will help with some of the soothing properties that you'll need. And I've also have some cotton pads in here that I just put into a Ziploc bag, and I put them in here securely just so I can make sure that they stay sterile. Not sterile, but clean. Also, I just simply recycled my primer bottle from MAC because I like the spraying mechanism here for hydrogen peroxide. So it sprays very well. If anyone has used this type of primer, you know what the spraying mechanism is all about. It gives a very nice spray over the area that you want to treat, and it locks back like that just so it can be securely in place. And I am a planner, so inside of my nursing planner book, I will insert a card that shows that nursing planner book. Inside of it, I had a lot of first aid stickers, so I just put them on the bottle. I sterilized this bottle very well, cleaned it real good before I put my hydrogen peroxide in it. And also I just recycled some containers. That way you don't have to go out and buy anything. And I also cleaned this very well and labeled them very well as well. This is alcohol, and I like the fact that you can put a cotton pad on the top of this particular dispenser and get as much as you may need for alcohol. And again, I included my little first aid sticker from my planner book for nursing. But definitely make sure you label your things appropriately so you can quickly access them if you need them. Now, this top tray comes up out of here, right? And I'm just gonna lay it down. And inside, you have some deeper sections to put other things into. And as always, we all know with what's going on in this day and time, and even before, we need to have a thermometer available. And make sure you're testing it to make sure the battery is still good. If not, just replace it. Next, I also have some Coflex, some waterproof adhesive, and some very skin-friendly tape in the event there's some type of burn or something like that and you needed to tape down any type of gauze. And I have this antibacterial gauze pad that's here. It helps kill bacteria, so it's the perfect gauze in the event there's an accident and you want to protect that area until you can get somewhere else. And I'll pull that out. I have a pair of scissors in here to make the appropriate cuts of those gauze pads in case I need to. And I also included a very small bottle of water in case you have to flush the area and clean it. And this is nitrate free, alkaline, pH is 8.2, and it's also sodium free. So this is a very good wash that you can either utilize on a wound or in flushing the eyes in the event there's some type of splashing accident. As you know, always, I know we have alcohol, but it never hurts to have hand sanitizer in the event you have to address a wound. You still have the alcohol that you can utilize for making sure the hands are appropriate to touch any areas of that wound. This is a peel cutter. I just like to keep it in here and keep it available. I like to also keep some all-day pain relief, some type of naproxen, something like that, something gentle on the stomach that you can utilize in the event there's an incident, and a stretchy bandage to hold down any type of padding that's used to take care or protect a wound. And this simply rolls back up together, and it has Velcro on the end of that so it can stay appropriately. And you definitely can't get away without some triple antibiotic ointment. And I have Band-Aids. That's all shapes and sizes of Band-Aids. So that way you have some that's big or small that can address any type of wound or cut that you may have. And then that empties out my box. And this is the inside of it. And it again has some sections. I was just super excited once I seen this particular little box, and I knew what I wanted to do with it as soon as I seen it. It wasn't like rocket science to figure out what you would need to do with this in order to have a very successful first aid box in your home. So it's very important to keep a first aid box in your home, because those little cuts and things like that will now can possibly turn into something greater if we don't properly take care of it up front. So please keep that in mind. And as you see, as we were speaking, I was just sitting here loading back up my contents inside of my first aid kit. And then again, this lands right on the top and sits down perfectly. And then it closes without any issue whatsoever. And it stores appropriately. And I like to store my first aid kit on the level of my home that we spend the most time. So that way, you know, we can get to it right away in the event we have an incident in that common area, okay? Now, I know this is not first aid related, but this will definitely help in case you have an issue. And this is a little book that says Our Family Medical Record. So in the event there is something that you need to refer to right away, you're not trying to make that contact with the person that's injured. You have the information sitting here very quickly and easily accessible in the event of that emergency. I know sometimes once you get nervous, your mind go blank sometimes. So by having this handy, you can at least refer to it and get right to it and read some of the information. And the purpose of that medication is a good column for you to focus on. In the event the person has started some new medication, you will have the reason they started that medication right here and available. So when you're having that emergency in your home, this is a good book to definitely have. If you're interested in getting this book, please message me and I'll definitely let you know where and how you can get this book. I keep this close by my first aid box because it's very important. They'll work hand in hand, and one without the other sometimes can lead to a very serious incident. And I'm just grateful that I have one in my home. Again, guys, please stay tuned for how I convert a shoebox into a first aid kit, because this tin box that I have may not be available anymore, because like I said, I picked it up in TJ Maxx more than a year ago. But I have created something very, very close to it. And if you're interested, make sure you are subscribed and that notification bell has been selected as well. Lastly, I wanted to share with you a product I've been using for a long time when there's minor incidents in my home. I've been using this Top Care hydrogen peroxide wipes. Little that some people know, they do sell peroxide in wipes. So this is very easy to use for minor cuts and abrasions. So you just grab one, and sometimes if they started to get a little drying, I will pour in a little bit more hydrogen peroxide just to make sure that my wipes are moist and ready whenever I have a need for them. But this is definitely one you can pick up at your local drugstore or Walmart. These peroxide wipes will do you so much good when you have a little cut, or like I said, a minor cut or abrasions that you need to clean up and then prepare to help the healing process. Well, that's the end of this video. I hope this video has provided you some great ideas about what you need to include in your first aid kit. What I include in mine might be pertinent to my household, and what you include in yours would definitely need to be pertinent to your household. So don't feel like you're stuck to one thing. I hope some of the solutions I've shared with you today will help you start to create your own first aid kit. Every home needs it. We want to gather all those things together so you won't be looking frantically for a Band-Aid or for some alcohol or something to clean it. You have everything right there, ready and available to take care of that little incident that you may have. Now is the time that is detrimental that we take care and clean wounds appropriately so it won't bloom into something else even bigger. Stay tuned for the upload of the first aid kit made with the shoebox. Your girl will put a twist on it, and we'll make some good use of those shoeboxes. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.